Hello, Lochie. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. How you doing, Alice?
I'm good, thank you. Welcome to this afternoon. Would you like to introduce yourself to everyone that's watching today?
Yeah. So my name is Lachlan Dix, but I actually go by Lochie. I'm a fashion communication student at Condé Nast College. Currently doing my final project along with Alice as well.
Yeah.
And yeah, got a little interview going here.
So, as Lochie mentioned, we're both just about to finish on the BA Fashion Communications degree. We've got 1 week to our deadline, but he's done some really cool things, and I thought it's a great opportunity to see what he's been doing. So, initially, what made you choose to do the BA Fashion Communications at Condé Nast College?
I think it was probably the diversity of the course and like all the modules that they offer, because they teach you so many different skills and they encourage you to sort of independently learn like new skills on your own. So like within Photoshop, not like I didn't come from a design background, but I picked up all these designs just through kind of being at this course. And also like the history of Condé Nast, the positioning being in Soho, like the whole everything kind of just like made sense like to me. So
Yeah,
yeah.
no,
Um,
I agree. So you're talking about kind of all the different skills you learn. Is there a particular module that like stood out to you on the course, or what's been your favourite thing to do?
Well, actually, this final project, sadly, is because I've been given the full freedom to, I don't know, make something of my own creation and have the entire project is of my design.
Mm,
So like that kind of like means a lot to me, and it's something that would I kind of want to pursue after. I've had to like learn so many different skills,
mm,
and it's been challenging, but I've enjoyed it,
mm.
you know.
Can you give us like a tiny little insight into what you're doing for your final project?
So I'm making a digital fashion show and then a digital fashion show app.
Mm,
So I've had to learn how to design a 3D fashion show. So that's doing Cinema 4D, Octane Render, and a bunch of other software. And yeah, I've had to learn that in such a short period of time, and I'm
mm,
pretty happy with the results. And I'm just in my final editing stages at the moment. And yeah,
mm.
and then I'm making the app as well with it. So still a lot of work, but yeah,
I mean, that's such an
enjoying.
interesting thing to be looking at now, especially with lockdown, the coronavirus pandemic, and then fashion shows going digital. To be doing this now is such a topical time to be doing it. You always seem to have a flair with your work for like 3D design, and you've got this pioneering kind of future looking gaze in the style of your work. Where does this come from? Like, how
I
did that
don't
happen,
know.
really?
Well, I get inspiration from everything. Like I've got like a dynamic Weltanschauung, if you know what that means. It's like a view of life. Like I feel like I have a strong personal brand, and I try and keep that throughout all my work, regardless of it's just like a marketing like strategy document or whether it's designing a 3D fashion show. Like I try and keep it all very personally branded.
Mm. So if you had to like describe that personal brand, like what is that, the Lucky DNA? Like what is the essence of
I,
you?
I don't know. I don't think there is sort of a complete aesthetic, but
Mm.
you can. It's like it's a recognizable aesthetic. If you know me, then you know it's my work. I feel
Yeah,
like a
yeah,
lot of
yeah.
it's black because I'm always wearing black, and I don't
Really?
know. It's it's always digital as well.
Definitely. And I think for me, like I've seen recently, you've got some new Instagram filters out. And I think
Ah,
when I
yes.
see those, I'm like, they are quintessentially Lucky, and I think they're great. So tell me about that. Like, how did that come about? What made you
So
doing it? Talk me through it.
well, I actually picked it up quite early. Like, do you remember our industry collaboration project?
So for
Yeah,
context, everyone, we do a
yeah,
industry project at the beginning of our final year, so beginning of second year, where we work with different brands. And Lochie did a project with Coach, and
yeah,
this is where this initially emerged.
yeah. I made them a filter. So, well, I made them like two or three filters.
So making them like, how, what software are you using? Can you
Uh,
show us anything? Is there anything you can give us like a
I
sneak
Yeah, I can show you. I can show you some things. I can just share my screen and show you some stuff. So I actually use a wide variety of softwares to actually make my filters. So I use um, Adobe Dimensions. I use what else is there? Blender. And
Yeah.
those are for my sort of like 3D aspects of my design. I also use like Photoshop, Illustrator, and then I put it all onto like the Spark AR hub, which, and then I basically like code it all so that it kind of looks how I imagined it. And then I upload it to Instagram or Facebook and then wait for it to be accepted and published. So I can share my screen and I'll show you kind of like the Spark
Yeah.
AR hub. So here is my screen. And this was a filter I kind of made for the college. So it just follows your head as with the Condé Nast on the college logo.
Yeah.
But that's just one of them that I made. It wasn't allowed to be published because of branding reasons.
But we get the
But
idea. That's good.
yeah, this is another one that I made. It's called like Fire. It says basically it just follows you and you can mess around with it. And so this is the patch editor. So this is where you can, after you've kind of like coded everything, you can go on it, you can change the colors. And so I can basically just keep reusing these and making as many like new filters from it as I want. There was a new update for the Spark AR hub.
Okay.
And wait here, I'll stop sharing the screen. And they sent me this email on like Wednesday night, and then so I decided naturally I'm going to learn how to do it. So I learned how to do it within like I don't know 5 minutes, and then uploaded like 2 filters that day, and I since then I've been getting all these emails and messages from like e-commerce brands, fashion brands, influencers, all these different people to just make filters for them. And I've only done like I don't know 1 branded filter before. That's for like a fashion brand called Jehu Cal, and that's also on my Instagram at the moment. But yeah, apart from that, now I'm working with a bunch of different brands. But
That's
even though I have my final project that I'm doing, I'm still trying to find the time to actually do that as well.
yeah. And that's so good for your portfolio as well, and just looking long term at what you want
Yeah,
to do. So
and
now
it was only a hobby, like, and now it's turned into something a bit more than that. So it's pretty crazy.
no, I love that.
Um,
That's great.
yeah.
Thinking about that and the skills you've learned and doing the filters and people coming to you for collaborations, what do you think you'll be doing post uni? Like, what are your thoughts? I mean, it's a week's time, but let's think that's more long term. What are your goals and plans?
So I've been thinking about my future for like a lot. Like I feel like all of us are, all recent graduates are. Um, I don't know. I've got a few opportunities. Like there's been places in Amsterdam to do digital design. I'm not going to name some of the brands, but I've also been looking into this course at. Well, actually, I've been speaking with the course director of the digital direction at the Royal College of Art to do an MA. Sadly, I missed admissions, and we'll have to go next year. But yeah, that course looks pretty interesting, and like digital direction is something that is kind of untouched, and the course offers like like a wide variety of different like experiences and like chances to learn how to utilize all these new ways of digital experience, like 360 video, like immersive videos, sort of like I don't know, touch, like physical touch, but digitally. And so if I can use what I'm doing now and learn all of those new skills as well, then I think that'd be a great sort of course for me to.
And I think it's nice because you're just building on what you've learned at college over the last few years, and there's so many things you could do. But it's so exciting how you came onto the course, had a different vision for what you were going to do, almost stumbled upon this skill, and now you're designing effectively this whole future. I think it's so exciting.
Well, there's like just within the past year that I've just gone into this digital design direction and just like pursued it. Like I design things on, like, I don't know, just on my phone. Everything becomes easy when it's just digitally based. You don't have to go from place to place, and there's no traveling involved. It's just, I don't know, makes the whole process simpler. It's like also with like I don't know, Clo 3D, which is a system that I also had to learn. That's like it basically is like digital clothing simulation. And if brands were able to actually, I don't know, apply that to their business structure, it will reduce the time frame from like concept to actually producing the like clothing and actually having the physical version, because you can just design it digitally. So and it's like accurate fabrication, and all the measurements are there. So I think that's definitely the future.
Yeah, it's so exciting, and I definitely can't wait to see what comes next. I think it's just going to it started off as an Instagram filter, but I think it's just going to grow and grow. So kind of last note on this, if people want to try your filters, if they want to see them, how do they do that? How can we experience this ourselves?
You can find my filters on, let's see, bloody hell, my Instagram page, which is Lochie.Dix. And so all my filters are available on there, and also information about me. You can also check me out on this app called newlife.ai, which is an app. It's like Instagram for creatives. I'm like ranked 12th in the world at the moment. So it's like, definitely check that out, and send me a message if anyone's interested in it, because I'll give you a free link.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So it'll link, subscribe, comment, and follow Lochie.
Yeah, please do. Please do.
For talking to me this afternoon, and I'm going to go and try the filters now.
Thank you.
See you soon.
Thanks a lot. See you soon. All right. Thank you.